Joining the webinar today. This is Siva Divaki from MassMailer. Today I'm going to talk about some of the new features in the latest release, that is May 20. Last week I spoke about email verifier feature at length. That's again a brand new feature that we added. And this week, today, I'm going to talk about a lot more features. I think it may take maybe an hour or so, but I'll try to cover pretty much everything that I have in the slide. Okay. So to start with, I'll go through all the features. I got 3 slides here. Let's just go through all the features, so that way you get an idea on what are new features that we added, and then we can get into a quick demo of these features as well. Pretty much I'm going to cover all of them in 1 or 2 quick walkthroughs in the demo. To start with, most desirable feature, that is campaign member status update follows a logical sequence instead of storing the latest email event. So if you have been using MassMailer, what we've been doing is whenever you get an event, meaning like whether it is open, click, unsubscribe, bounce, whatever the latest email event may be, that is what we use to store as the campaign member status, provided you actually sent an email blast using Salesforce campaign. Now, we change that logic in a way that it actually follows a sequence based on the level of the event, meaning if the current status is at a higher level than the latest email event, then the status, the campaign member status, remains as it is. Just to explain, let's say if you have an open event, and then after that there's a click event, and again after some time the recipient actually opened an email. So you have open, click, and open. So previously you were basically storing the latest event, which is open. But now what the logic change that we have made is, the moment you have a click event that has got a higher level, so the click event gets the priority. And after click event, even if there's an open event, we would not flip back the campaign member status value to open. We will retain that as a click. But if there is any other event that has got more like higher level than click, such as unsubscribe, let's say somebody unsubscribed to an email, and then you would want to know. So you basically see that the unsubscribe event gets captured after somebody unsubscribed, even though if they went back and opened that email, we will not flip back that campaign member status to open, because unsubscribe has got more priority. And similarly, unsubscribe has got more priority than click. So I'll actually take you to another slide quickly so that it makes sense what I'm talking about. So this is the email event sequence. So the lowest level is processed, and then second level is delivered, dropped, bounced, and deferred. And the third level is open, fourth level is click, and fifth level is unsubscribe, group unsubscribe, spam report. So anybody who unsubscribe, group unsubscribe, or spam, like flagged your email as spam report, that is what you would see as the ultimate status. And similarly, if you have, any other status below that that comes after unsubscribe, it would still not change. So this is the kind of new feature that we added. Now, so talking about other features that we added, now we are we also added a custom campaign member status field on the campaign member, which is packaged with MassMailer just a text field. So we added this because if at all you ever wanted to use the default campaign member status field for any other purposes, because you have some workflow or you have something, you do not want that to be changed automatically by MassMailer, but you would want to still retain the campaign member status value. So you can use the custom campaign member status value, which will give you the MassMailer campaign member status value. But the default value, as the default field, you can use it for any other purpose. Not many customers may need this, but I think it's a good feature to have. We implemented it for one of our customers who requested this. We felt that this may be a useful feature. So it won't be in effect if you did not set up a setting in MassMailer setup. So once you turn it on, this will work the way I've explained. I'll show you what setting is needed in the MassMailer setup page. And the next one is, so as you know, in the latest edition, we track the suppression list, such as unsubscribe, group unsubscribe, bounce or spam report, all of these into a custom object called suppression list. So this is the most desirable feature where if you check the email opt-out field on the leader contact object, then we immediately suppress that particular leader contact, meaning we will create a suppression list record. And similarly, if somebody unsubscribed to your email, meaning there's a global unsubscribe event, we also check this email opt-out field automatically for you. So this is again auto-syncing the email opt-out with the suppression list event. So that's a new feature that we added. And then the next feature is there is a replacement tag that you can use that's called MMView in browser. What it means is that if you send an email, which is more like an HTML, all this time, people can actually look at it in their email client, but there is one feature that is missing. If somebody wanted to click that and then view it in a browser, so you can actually use this replacement tag, meaning you just have to place this tag into your email template, and they will see a link through which they can click on it, and then they can actually see the real email that has been sent within a browser. So that's a new feature that we added. And then the way you can add campaign members is basically after creating a campaign, you could use MassMailer Add Campaign feature, in which now we support Salesforce list view as well, and also campaign member through which you can add the campaign members. In the future, we also plan to add reports so that you don't have to go away from MassMailer theme. So you can just add the campaign members right within MassMailer itself. And then we have the CC or BCC and email at runtime. So previously, this was the BCC email, you should actually add it in the setup page. Now you could actually just add it at runtime. That way you don't need to really do this at runtime, ahead of time. So we extended that feature even for CC now. And then on the template builder page, we have a send test button, so that you really don't have to, go to the outreach wizard to send a test email for any template. You can just do it right on the template builder page itself. And then if you ever needed to suppress, a bunch of contacts, you could create a suppression list view using MassMailer list views, and then use that in the outreach wizard. Now that we extended this so that you can actually select multiple suppression list views, not just one. And the statistics, we enhanced it in such a way that you can actually email or download the results. And also you can add the results to another campaign. You can print a report. We also added new reports such as not clicked and not opened. And I'll show you all of this moment. Then in the MassMailer email status record, we now added two more fields. That is IP address and the user agent. What it means, like if you sent an email to someone and they open the email, you would actually know what is the IP address that they used to open that email and what is the browser that they used to open the email. User agent will actually know. I mean, it will give you information on whether they used a browser on a desktop or a mobile device as well. So you'll get more information about the user agent. And then the email usage. Currently, you can actually see the usage when you go to the setup. Now you can actually set up alerts right within MassMailer itself. Meaning if you reached 50%, 60%, 70%, whatever it may be, you'll actually come to know how much is the usage. Now you can actually clone the MassMailer list view. So previously you had to drag and drop all the fields to clone the list view. Now you could just click on a button and then clone the list view very easily. And also we enhanced the suppression list, add to suppression list feature by providing you more options. You can also see that in the demo. And then finally, the MassMailer reports, we added a lot more reports now. We still don't have the dashboards. We're still kind of waiting for the feedback on how that needs to be done, but you'll be able to see a lot more reports in the latest release. Okay. All right. Now that we have covered pretty much all the features, we'll go to the demo. So to start with, so this is the template builder. I'm not going to go through everything. So I have selected a folder and a template here. And you can see the this is the replacement tag for view in a browser feature. So all you need to do is just select this and then copy paste. And then just save this. And if you send this email to anyone, they will actually see the link. So here is the send test button. So if you actually clicked on the send test button, it will actually send an email. And again, you can select any email address here to send the test email. And then you can select the respective object. This is just to like use the merge field so that we I know I use the lead instead of contact, so it won't really merge the fields. It was my mistake. But basically, if you have any merge fields, I can do another test maybe just to contact. And then we're actually sending an email to this email address. This is just a dummy data that I'm using to merge the fields. Okay. So, all right. So basically, this is the first email I sent, and I received another email. And you can see that it did add the actual merge field. So you can see this view in browser. Suppose you view in a browser. So you basically click on this, and then that's actually gonna display the original email that was sent in a browser. So it's not displaying. I know the reason why. we actually wait till the email status gets captured in MassMailer. Sometimes it may take a little time to get the email event get captured, and that could be the reason why it is still not working. So I can wait after some time. Maybe I can come back and then click on this. It may not show the results immediately, but I think you kind of get an idea what I was going to say. Let's see if I have any old one. Messages. Okay. Okay. So you can see this. So basically, I've have some old messages that I sent. So if you click on this view in browser, it would actually display the actual email that was sent in a browser. So this is coming from Salesforce itself. It's not stored anywhere. So it's basically just coming from the Salesforce email message that has been stored. So that's a new feature that we added. And we also looked at the send test button. This is a new feature that I was going to demonstrate. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look at the campaign. I'll show you the setup in a moment. So now I'm actually going to show you a few of the features that we added because you will actually see them in the flow. So here under tracking settings, MassMailer setup, you can see this turn off default campaign member status update. So if at all you wanted to turn off the campaign member status update, the default field, you can check this box. Again, this is only required if at all you want to use the standard campaign member status field for any other workflow purposes, because you do not want MassMailer to change it, but you still want to capture the campaign member status in another field. We do that by default for you. So this is basically for that purpose. So I was going to demonstrate that. And then there's the auto sync feature, the sync lead contact email opt-out field in Salesforce. You need to activate this. If you're installing the app brand new, this would be selected by default for you. But if you're an existing customer, you will have to go ahead and set this up. Meaning, if you already installed MassMailer, this won't be selected to true automatically, but you will have to do it on your own. Okay? So, all right. Now, let's go back here. Okay, so we have this new MassMailer campaign button. So I'm going to go click on this. This will create a MassMailer campaign, as you know. And here, you give a name. That's it, right? So, and then you go to the next step. I want to demo this. So we have now an option to add Salesforce list view or MassMailer list view. And then Salesforce report just shows you instructions on how to go to the reports tab and then add the campaign members. But in the future, we also plan to kind of provide you an interface where you can actually select a folder and a report and then add to MassMailer. So that's coming in the future releases. And also, you have an option here to select lead, contact, or campaign member. So campaign member is added new. So basically, if you created a campaign member, like a list view, MassMailer list view on a campaign member, now you'll be able to select that MassMailer list view. There's no Salesforce list view for campaign members, so we didn't add that. So basically, that's how you do it. Let's go ahead and try to select list view there and then just add. Okay, so we basically just added a few campaign members. And I'm actually going to go to the next step straight away to send out an email. And here we're going to cover a few more features. So we'll go to the target audience. So this you're familiar with. So the campaign member is added, selected automatically. We got a few campaign members, and then we go to the next step. Here, I'm going to select the same email template. Okay, and then I'm going to just go save this. So I do have some links. So if I click on any of these links, we should be able to. So here, I'm actually going to change the. Let's just remove this. Okay. So we have the merge field coming from the lead, right? And then go to the next step. Next step. Okay, so here is where I want to show you the CC option. You could actually CC any email address, or you could actually enter an email right here. You could actually just CC any other email address. That's possible to do it. And again, this has been there before as well. And same thing, you could actually do BCC an email, and then you could actually enter an email address right here. That's possible too. And you could BCC once, or you could BCC every email. That feature has been there. So that's another new feature that we added. And then we brought in this duplicate email settings to this. So you could suppress the duplicate emails, as you know, using the settings that we already have in MassMailer setup. Now, we brought that here onto this page as well. So that way, at runtime, if you ever needed to change this, you could actually do it so that it's not like just the global. You could do it at runtime as well. I'll go to the next step. And then here, you would see one small change. We changed the label. So previously it used to be none. Now we call this as global unsubscribe, meaning if you did not select any unsubscribe group, which means we are going to add the global unsubscribe link. And then here, the suppression history, as we notice that we have multiple suppression histories that you can select, not just one. So that's the new feature that we added in this current release. And then this label is changed. Now it is clear that you select this only if you want to suppress email event logging. Otherwise, don't even touch this. Let's go to the next step. So this is all the same. Change. If you've been using the latest version of MassMailer, you would see the send test button here as well. Maybe the only change is we changed the label here called send test. Otherwise, this is pretty much the same. And you just click on this finish button, and then you say okay. That's how you're sending an email blast to campaign members. And then I'm going to cover the email sequence feature. So I'm just going in a logical sequence as when I see the new feature that has been added. So this is the outreach campaign object. So we have the statistics that are captured here, as you can see. I'm just going to refresh this. Okay. So here you can see that we have a print option now. So if you click on this print, it actually opens this, and you can save this as a PDF. Or you can actually, print it based on how your laptop or desktop or your operating system shows this print thing. Otherwise, you can see the summary report and the actual pie chart. I think we are missing the statistics name. That's something that we should be able to provide you with. That is the campaign name. All right, so I'm going to cancel that. So if you click on any of these events, so you can see the delivered as 6, and there are 3 that did not open. So just click on this. Okay, so we have this not opened. That is a new status that we created, and then you can email this. You can export. So export will just open this in a new window, and you would actually have a CSV file. You can email this report. You could just enter comma separated values, and then just email this report. It'll just send the same CSV file, and that's as simple as that. And you can also add that to a brand new campaign or an existing campaign. So if you just click on this, you can select an existing campaign, or you could actually create a brand new campaign saying that anything. So not opened list from June for campaign, just a dummy name, and you just click on the save, and these ones, these campaign, these 3 records will be added to the new campaign as campaign members. So that's how you kind of you don't have to kind of go to the report and then you can just do it from here. That's a new feature that's added. That add to campaign button will show only if it is a lead or a contact. So if you are sending emails to any other object, any custom object or any other standard object, you will not see that button because campaigns are not supported for other objects other than the lead or contact, as you know. Okay? So those are all the new things. And also you would see the unique clicks and then unique opens. Those are also captured. And then we added. And you can see the outreach performance. That's all it's been there. And then here we have the not clicked, not opened. You can also see the hard bounce, not just the soft bounce. So soft bounce, hard bounce, both are there. And then you have the unique clicks and then unique opens. So those are all new values that we added. And this is all the pie chart and bar which has been there. Okay. Now let's go take a look at this. We'll have 2 new messages. Okay. What I'm going to do, I would just go. This is sent to which email? Okay, this is siva.devak@massmailer. So if I go click on this, it is. Let's click on. Okay, so I'm going to go click on this LinkedIn, which means that is a click event here. For that particular campaign member status, we should see a click event. And I also open this email, so we should see the open event and also click event should be logging in a moment. Okay, I'm not clicking on the unsubscribe yet. So let's just do that. So this is for the last one that I selected. I'm just going to go back to the inbox. So we'll come back to this particular email. The email once again. Let's just go back to the campaign. So this is the outreach. You can go to campaign from here. So we got the click event, we got the delivery event, and we got other events as well. And then let's take a look at the campaign members. View all. Okay. So we got the click event for this, right? So this is the lead, and then we have the click event for this, right? And then if I go back and open the same email once again, so I just open this email, yeah, and I'm not going to unsubscribe it. Let's just try this open event. Close that now. Okay. So now let's go back to the campaign. Let's take a look at the email status values. Okay. Seems like I'm actually suppressing the open event. Do that. Maybe it's take. Okay. Let's go back to the campaign and let's just check that campaign number status. So this is still in a click event status. It's still not changed to the open. And you can also try out maybe unsubscribe, and then it would take the highest priority. So meaning if I clicked on this, unsubscribe, so basically it would unsubscribe that particular lead. And then we would get an unsubscribe event that would also be captured in the suppression list. So this is the lead. This is the one not. Let's go back from here. Okay, so this is the lead that we got. Okay, you see this unsubscribe event. It just happened 6:39 a.m. for me. This is an unsubscribe event that we just got captured. And then you can see that email opt-out is also checked. So this is a good way to demonstrate. So since we have a unsubscribe event, and now this is part of campaign. Okay, this one's for the one. Okay. So you can see the unsubscribe event captured. So basically, unsubscribe event has got more priority. It's at the higher level than click. So we changed that click event to unsubscribe, and you can see that getting reflected right here. Okay, so that's how the email sequence events are actually changing. Then I don't know if I have. This is the campaign number. It's gonna show you. Okay, so we can add that to the page layout provided we have a way to do that. Let's just go edit page. So there is this field called MassMailer campaign member status, which is a custom field that I mentioned. So that gets stored as well. Okay, I think I needed to give the field security. That's why it's not been displaying that value. Um, yeah. Okay. So otherwise, this value would get stored. That's the restriction that I may have on the field level. So that's a new field that we added. And then, did I miss anything else? So we covered the campaign member sequence, add campaign member status, auto sync email opt-out. So now let's go back to the lead that is subscribed. So this is the one, right? And then if you ever change the email opt-out field, so meaning, let's say you have this email opt-out and you want to remove the global unsubscribe, um, instead of going from this particular record. So we have the suppression list record on this. As you can see, this is unsubscribe, right? Two things you could do. If you basically say that, hey, you want to opt this person back globally, you basically unselect that and then save. That would ideally would just resubscribe this person into MassMailer by removing that suppression list record. You see that the suppression list record is gone away, right? Or manually, if you ever wanted to opt out this person globally, all you need to do is come and select this and then save. That would automatically add the suppression list record behind the scenes. Means this person gets unsubscribed. So this is basically auto syncing the email opt-out field with the suppression list. So we looked at that, and then view in a browser feature, we looked at that. We looked at the campaign member announcement, CC, BCC email, send test button, and then we looked at the real-time stats. So select multiple suppression list views is also shown you. Tracking IP and the user agent, I think I did not add them onto the layout, but if you just add the IP address in the user agent in the email member status, you will see those values as well. And then setting up email usage alert. So if you go to the tab, okay, and then go to account settings, and then like you know that you can actually look at the usage from here, but now you can also set up alerts. So we have added this. So if you wanted to know the usage, so all you need to do is just enter the email address, and then whatever the percentage may be, and then just save it. You would get an email alert when you reach that percentage. You can also add comma separated values, so this doesn't need to be independent. So that's a new feature. And then ability to clone the MassMailer list view. So now, if you go to any MassMailer list view, there is a clone button on the MassMailer list view. So let's say, just take the top one, not sure where it is. So if you preview, it should show some results. Let's just go look at the preview first. Okay, so it's got some value. Actually, I'm going to show you one more feature which I forgot. Let me do it again. Once I do the clone, I'll show you that. So basically, if you just click on the clone button on the MassMailer list view, you would that. So it's actually not on the page layout. All right. So this is a good way to demonstrate how to add buttons to page layout, just in case if it's missing. Again, if you install MassMailer new, the page layout will be shown to you. The button will be shown to you, but if you upgrade it to the latest version, there's no way to automatically add some of these buttons. So you will have to go to the page layout manually and then add them. Only then you will see those buttons, something that is added new to the page layout. So let's go to the object manager, and then list view, so MassMailer list view, page layout. Okay. Clone. Since I was using Lightning, it wasn't there, the clone button. And then just save this. Hopefully now we'll be able to see that button. Okay. So if you click on this clone button, then it would clone the list view automatically for you, the clone of that list view, and it'll display the same results there. So if you do the preview, it's all the same. There's no change. And I want to show you this filtered record, so you can actually download the results just by clicking on this export data. So if you ever needed to kind of look at what all values it's showing, you just have to go to the CSV, and it just opens them. And if you have an Excel, it'll open the default values that you're showing. So if you added more fields to be displayed here in the results, we do export all of them. So basically, this is an export feature that I forgot to mention in the slide deck. Okay, so that's the clone feature that we have. And then add to subsession list. feature enhancement. What it means again, let's just go back to the list view here. Add to suppression list view, you would see this button in multiple places. You can do this at from the record itself, or you could actually do it at the list view. So if you click on this, add to suppression list view, meaning if you ever needed to kind of select bunch of contacts to lead any records, and then you want to add them to the suppression list, we now have ability to add them by selecting a specific suppression type, that is whether it is unsubscribe, bounce, or spam report. I mean, this is kind of a useful tool whenever you are exporting data from some other system and you already have some bounces or unsubscribes or spam reports, and you want to add them to the suppression list view. All you need to do is create that list view, or at the record level, it's going to be the same thing. You just have to select any of them. And if it's an unsubscribe, you can also select whether you're doing a global unsubscribe or you're selecting a specific a group and then just say save so that they actually okay. So I believe the list view is not supported because we have some custom field. I think you get an idea. This is very yeah, I think I may have this list view added some additional criteria which is preventing this to add. So otherwise, this is kind of a new feature where we added, where in which you can actually select the specific list view and then add them to the suppression list view. Okay, that's a new feature. And then what else? The reports. So we have more reports now in MassMailer. So if you go to the report section, and then go to all folders, MassMailer reports. Okay, so we got a lot more reports, as you can see. So we have the outreaches email status report, and then the new one, suppression list report. And then we have the verification status report, unique clicks for lead and contact, and then the performance report, unique opens for contact and lead, and the verification jobs report. So there are a few more reports that we added, and also the email status with lead and contact. And you can always customize them or create your own reports. Otherwise, you have a lot more reports now in MassMailer. Okay. So I think pretty much what I want to cover today. If you have any questions, feel free to type in or speak up. Otherwise, I'm going to send this recording after the webinar is over. You will see another email coming to you, which will have all the previous recordings as well as this one too, if you want to watch it later. And again, there's going to be another webinar next Thursday, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific. You can join that webinar using the same link. You can just put in your calendar. So if you're receiving emails from us, you will also see a link to register for that event. So this is a weekly webinar every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact me or through our website. So here is my contact information. Once again, thank you so much for joining this webinar. And I hope you kind of got all the information about the new features. And the next topic will be announced again via the social media channels that we have, and also to the email list that we have. Or you can actually look at our website and go to join webinar. Then you will register for a webinar. You will see the latest topic on our website too. So those are the ways you can know what is the next topic. Okay. Once again, thank you so much and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.